was probably the best decision I made for marketing in my business year to date, which makes me happy. We really, really struggled with Angie's. We struggled with Yelp. We struggled with Google, pay-per-click. I've done them all. Since I switched to AppointX, my business has increased tenfold in the residential market. The leads are solid. They're pre-qualified, and it makes things a lot easier. Half the job is done for you.
So, Jeff, first of all, appreciate you hopping on. You're one of our partners who've been working with us for a few months now. So tell us quickly about your business, what you guys do, where you're based. Just give us a quick rundown, first of all.
Sure. We're Floorcoverings Northwest. We're based primarily out of the Pacific Northwest, which is the Seattle, Spokane area. We service 4 states. I do remodeling, commercial work, primarily floors and kitchens and bathrooms.
Awesome.
We do about $1 million, $1.5 million a year. We were looking to grow and expand our business. That's when we came across AppointX.
Nice. And you've been around for quite a long time. How long have you been around for with the business?
I've been in the remodeling and flooring industry for about 25 years now. Still going.
Right. So for longer than I've been alive for.
About a decade.
Right. And with that, what was your business like before working with us? So tell us, just before you found us, say a year ago, what did it look like on a day-to-day basis? What was the business like?
Yeah. So we're primarily a commercial contractor. We went to Angi's for cash flow and for residential work to get some marketing out there. We really, really struggled with Angi's. We struggled with Yelp. We struggled with Google, pay-per-click. I've done them all. By far, since I switched to AppointX, my business has increased tenfold in the residential market. The leads are solid. They're pre-qualified, and it makes things a lot easier as the business owner and as a salesperson to go and close the deal when the customer has already been notified and know what their expectations are. So in the last year, I would say that things are much, much better, especially with the residential market.
Appreciate that. And what was some of the biggest issues you were facing when working with, you said, Yelp and Angi? What was some of the biggest issues for you?
Yeah, they were just unqualified leads. Angie's primarily, they just, I don't know what happened to them. They sent their business and they just opened it up to any Tom, Dick, or Harry out there. And it was unable to really qualify the leads and the people. I got everything from, fixing fences to a lady wanted me to fix her porcelain doll. I mean, listen, we can do a lot of work. I can't fix any porcelain dolls. I have no idea. I'm sure we could figure it out, but I just was like, this is amazing. And, and then, when the leads were unqualified, they charge a card willy-nilly. There was no accountability to them. And then trying to get a credit or you got to spend 10 minutes on the phone with those people. That's insane. No business owner has time to spend 10 minutes to an hour on the phone over $50 credit. And I think they know that. So I think that was the biggest struggle we had with Yelp. Yelp's the same way. They just run your card. They say they give you leads, but sorry, most are just people looking on the internet. I think Yelp's a great tool for restaurants or hotels. I think it's a terrible tool for businesses in construction. So,
and I know before working with us, you used to just have to call your own leads, right? Call them, hope that they pick up, hope that they weren't a dead lead. But if they did pick up, usually disqualify them before even booking an appointment with them. So did you do all of the appointment setting and pre-qualifying yourself?
Yes.
Gotcha. How long did that take?
Qualifications, with Angie's and with Yelp, and they send you the information, and that's it. Phone number of the customer, and then the customer would get literally 5 contractors calling her. So by the time you got off the phone with her or tried to get a hold of her or him, they were not open to any type of discussion for remodeling because they'd already, vetted 3 other people before your phone call. So that was very frustrating. And that's what you do, right? That's what everybody does. I still like to do it even with your leads. I like to get on the phone and verify. Even though I know you guys do it, I still like to touch base with the customer, even with a text message or a voice call. So
100%, yeah. And when you first heard of us, talk to me about that process. So from first time you ever heard about us, because we're not as big as Angi, right? We're not. So how did you hear about us in the first place, and why did you even get on a call with us?
I mean, honestly, I was, scrolling my phone just like everybody else, bored one night. and I saw your ads pop up, and they were slick, fast, very informative. I like that, right? People have nowadays, they have short attention spans. So I looked at it, and I followed the process through the phone, through the app. I believe it was Instagram Reels, I think is what I was on. And I I loved it. I was like, this is brilliant. Then I met with one of your gentlemen out of Portland, which is down the street from me. And he went me through the process with me, showed me the deal, showed me how, and I'll be honest, I'm skeptical. I'm a skeptic. So I, I wanted to make sure that, you're not going to steal $5,000 on my wallet and then just, run off like Angie's or Yelp or whatever. But the process has been good. And, the leads have been good. I mean, like I said, we've closed, I don't know, how many did you say you gave me? 13 or 14 leads? I can't remember how many you got there.
Yeah, we've got only 14 so far, and
About
then
14?
obviously
I think
we
I've
got a
closed
few
about a
more
third of those,
coming.
so I've closed about five. So, and then there's a few still in the air. People are still thinking about it. So the leads are solid, man. And it's in the volume, the dollar volume is much higher than um like at Angie's or like a floor job, carpet in a bedroom or a repair or whatever. These are full size. I mean, I'm doing, like you said, we discussed earlier, I'm doing a bathroom remodel for $23,000. That's amazing. That's amazing, right? Customer's happy, I'm happy, guys are happy, so it's a good process so far. So
I love that. I appreciate it. And you said that when you originally spoke to Brian from our team,
yep.
you were a bit skeptical. What were some of the concerns, doubts that you had before actually joining us, and what made you still pull the trigger?
I mean, I don't trust everything I see on TV. The
Of
same with
course.
your phone, right? You get yourself through your phone. Somebody asks you for $5,000 on the finger. It's like, like, who are you? What are you about, right? So I think my biggest concern was, you got to build trust. Everything is trust, right? You got to build trust. So as we went through the process, I built trust with your guys. Craig has been fantastic. The trust that he's built with me, he does what he says he's going to do. Really, that's all you can ask for from a vendor or partner. Is if they say that they're going to do it, they do it. That is huge. That's for a business owner. It puts my mind at ease. I don't have to think about it. I'm going to deal with it. I just got to know that when I talk to them in a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, it's been resolved, and that is gigantic. That's what all business owners want. If you do what you're going to do, say what you're going to say, and then it gets everything is happy. Everybody's good, right? So when you don't do what you say, then things, the problems arise. So, I mean,
That's simple.
yeah, that's simple.
I love that. And what were some of the biggest things when you spoke to Brian originally and were considering this? What was the biggest thing that made you say, okay, this is probably actually going to be the right thing for me? After trying that, after that, what made you pull the trigger with this?
Um, at some point as a business owner, you got to take risks. So it was the process looked good. Um, the reviews or the referrals that he sent me prior, they all look good. I think I spoke to a gentleman too out of Seattle, but and it seemed legit. So you know what? At one point, you got to just pull the trigger. So I decided, you know what? Why don't we pull the trigger, give it a shot, see what happens. You can always cancel it or cut up your credit card or whatever it is, right? And it was probably the best decision I made for marketing in my business year to date, which is makes me happy.
Appreciate that, Jeff, for sure.
Yeah.
And you've
Yeah.
been with us now for a little over 4 months, last time I
Yep.
checked. What's been the biggest differences in your business for these last 4 months? Go deeper on that. What has changed?
Well, the residential work is increased quite a bit. Like I said before, the leads are vetted, so vetted leads are huge. We're able to close those at a higher rate and at a higher margin. That helps the business with residential work. So that I think that's the primary thing is we really enjoy. I enjoy that the leads are all been vetted. They're ready to go. The customer knows what the expectation is. So when you go in there, half the job's done, right? They already know what's going to happen. They're already shopping for a new kitchen or a new bathroom. That makes things a lot easier for me.
I love it. And if somebody's watching this and they're, in the spot you were in 4 months ago, thinking about pulling the trigger, working with us or not, what would you
Yeah.
tell them?
I said, give it a shot. If you're own a business or you're in construction, you're already a risk taker, right? Most entrepreneurs are risk takers. You have to be
Right.
a risk taker if you want to make any money. Get a card, get a prepaid card, whatever you want to do, and just give it a shot. Try 5 leads. I don't know what other guys' close rate is, but if if you need help with the sales piece, that's you got to figure all that out. But I would say if you're new to this or new to marketing, shut down Angie, shut down Yelp, shut down pay-per-click. Just book some appointments here. They're expensive, but they're pre-qualified, and you can't put a price on that. When a customer's pre-qualified, it's half your day, right? They know you're coming for a bathroom. They know you're coming for a kitchen. They already have a price expectation in their brain. Right? If you're in that margin, it's a pretty I don't want to say sure thing. That's not the right word. It's it's half the job is done for you. How about
100%. You did mention that it is expensive, and that's not a secret, right?
that? Right.
Good things cost money, right? A
Right.
Mercedes costs more than a Toyota. Why do you think that it pays for itself? Why do you think that even with the premium price per appointment and the premium setup fee cost, why is it still worth doing rather than going with a cheaper lead source?
But like I said, they're all pre-qualified. The customer knows what the expectation is. You've got a team on your end that calls a customer, sets up the appointment. They say, okay, what are you looking for? What's your expectation? The whole 9 yards. So all of that legwork is done for you. So then either you send your sales staff in, or if you're the salesperson, whoever it is goes in, and you and the customer have the same expectation. I'm here to give a bid for a bathroom. They know that you want to give a bid for a bathroom. They even have an idea of what it's going to run them. All of that is worth every penny. I mean, you should be able to close most of these jobs on your own. I mean, I don't see why you can't if they're a little bit more expensive, but you're getting quality leads, right? It's quality over quantity, right? Angie's is quantity, mass quantity of nothing. And you can spend $600 there for 4 or 5 or 10 leads that equals zip, or a carpet retouch. Or you can spend $600 here and you're going to get a high quality lead, and you're going to close a bathroom for, like I said, $20,000, or you're going to close a kitchen for $60,000, right? That's you close one of those appointments, that's worth 10 with you. So the value is there.